Alright, I thought it was time to redo my Atari Lynx review. This is my Atari Lynx that I've had for a while now. I used to have a Model 1, but I traded it for a Model 2. And I like this a lot better. The D-pad is a lot better on the Model 2. A lot clickier and more responsive. The buttons are better. They actually remind me kind of like a Atari Jaguar buttons, except not red, they're black. And they have these little rubber grips on the back. That's what the system looks like. Now I'm going to compare it to, I'm going to put it right side up, to the original Game Boy. It is pretty big, even though the Model 2 is smaller. It is pretty big. And if you remember the Sega Nomad, it is smaller. I mean, the Nomad is smaller than the Lynx, except the Nomad has that kind of funny battery pack thing. Now, this initially did sell better than the Model 1. Two main reasons is it is smaller, and it was cheaper. I remember seeing commercials for this. You can look on YouTube still, you can still find them, saying that the Lynx is $100. But overall, the Game Boy sold thousands of times better, basically because this was cheaper when the Lynx came out, and it had third-party support. I mean, this didn't have any good games on it. Well, any third-party like Mario, Donkey Kong. I mean, it had Blue Lightning, Batman Returns, and Stun Runner, excuse me. Which is a good game, though. These are pretty good games, just didn't have the famous titles on the Lynx. Also, this runs off 6 batteries, like the Nomad, but it drains them down just about as fast as the Nomad, if not faster. And the Game Boy used 4 batteries and lasted a little bit longer. Also, I don't think this put out stereo. I think it just stretched a mono into stereo. It wasn't true stereo in the headphone jack, unlike the Game Boy. Now, let me put a game in and I'll show you what the graphics look like. I'll put Blue Lightning in. This thing does have better graphics than the, oh yeah, let me show you what the games look like, how thin they are. They're a lot thinner than the Game Boy games, and another downfall with these is there's no saving on them. You can't save your game progress. Let me turn it on. Oh yeah, and you can flip it. That's why there's 4 buttons here. See, watch. If I can do it with one hand. There we go. I flipped it. There we go, see? Now it's upside down. It was meant so you can play left or right-handed. Oh yeah, and the battery's going right underneath here. In this little port. There we go. I think the graphics are pretty good for now what, 1989 this came out? I'm not sure about that. I know this is the first color backlit system. Also, another thing I noticed about this screen is it doesn't blur as much as the Game Gear did. But it's not as clear as the Turbo Express. It doesn't have that clear of a screen. Actually, the Model 2 has a clearer resolution screen than the Model 1. The Model 1 loads games on one of the sides. I think the right side, I don't remember. And it's bigger than this. It probably comes out to about here. It's not as tall, it's skinnier, but it is a lot wider. Thanks for watching, I'll make another video soon.